Hi everyone. I am getting ready to be interviewed on the topic of my book in just a couple of hours, but I thought I would squeeze in going to the grocery store. Why? Because we have just gotten some alerts that Hurricane Elsa may come up our driveway, and might happen Monday, might happen Tuesday, might not happen at all. You know, the thing I love about hurricanes is that you get oodles and oodles of hours of warning versus a tornado from the Midwest, where I lived for way too many years, which just kind of showed up, or even an earthquake, 2 earthquakes in St. Louis in my lifetime. So I much prefer this leisurely attitude we can take, just going to the grocery store to load up on hurricane supplies. And not that it's really, you know, the media, of course, I used to be in it. We did like to make a big deal about these things because it's always about appealing to people's sense of fear, which makes them watch. And I had more than one news director talk to me about that. Good news never sells, Ellen. We can't do that person of the week because nobody cares. Anyway, we are going to go into Publix, and one of the things, I've actually done videos on how vegan on $4 a day food is very hurricane friendly. So I have not planned out a shopping list. I haven't thought at all what I'm going to get here, so I'm just going to take you with me as I spontaneously load up for the 4th of July weekend. And not that we have company coming or anything, but it's going to get nuts anyway. So let's just see what we can find. Now, I'm not really going to do the $4 a day thing, the calculations to see how cheaply we can do this, but you know what I love coming to this particular store about is that they have all the produce and everything all beautifully laid out. So I already have apples at home. I'm not going to load up on those because I just came within minutes of throwing out a cantaloupe that I bought 2 weeks ago, and it was still really good. But let's just grab a few Florida avocados. Again, the Florida avocados tend to be, they're bigger than the Haas California avocados, and they also, because they're local, tend to be cheaper. So let's see if I can actually see the price here. The guacamole mix. Okay, so Haas avocados are 4 for $5, and that's $1.25 a piece. And I'm not seeing a pricing on the Florida avocados, but we'll see that at the checkout line. Anyway, not too worried about that. And because the cantaloupe was so good, and it says this is also an important thing for buying on $4 a day, buy foods when it's in season. So the only thing is this cantaloupe feels a little too soft. So I'm going to go for one that maybe is a little less ripe. And again, this is the kind of thing that you look for. Brown spot there, probably not going to go with that one. So this one looks pretty healthy, a little green. But that means, and forgive the shot of the ceiling, I just dropped the cantaloupe in the basket, so it might be a little bruised, but it'll get over it. All right, so let's keep shopping. Again, I don't want to buy too many refrigerated things because if we actually already had just a power surge, power failure, whatever it was, where I was in the last hour. So, you know, we're not really starting to get the squalls or anything like that, but as tempting as the refrigerated things are, I might get those for maybe tonight or tomorrow night, and then, you know, load up on things that are going to be cheaper. So this is cool. They have a really good vegan, plant-based section of this grocery store. It seems like every day I'm seeing more and more veggie burgers, and I love these tofu baked ones. I actually like, oh, they're out of the ginger ones. Well, I have some of those at home. And my partner loves these tofu cubes. They're a little bit higher in oil than I would prefer, but that's all right every once in a while. And then tempeh, of course, you know, you can use that for a whole lot of things. And let's see what else. And there's sauerkraut, but again, this requires refrigeration, and I don't really want to stock up on this. I do have some smart bacon. I've had that in the fridge for a couple of months, or a couple of weeks actually, and it will keep for several months. I looked at the expiration. I keep thinking I'm going to make that with some vegan eggs one morning as a Sunday surprise, but haven't done it yet. All right, so we're going to bypass, because I know that we are going out tonight as a Friday night of the holiday weekend, and I'm going to get some prepared foods for that to take on a potential picnic. I will get some greens because I do want to make some green smoothies, especially if we do lose power. I don't want to. And if I'm looking all over the place, it's because it's a little crowded here and I'm trying to be respectful and not crash into anybody. But I do want to get some greens, and they have the organic greens. Hope you are seeing that. Yes. All right, so I'm just going to grab, let's see if they have elephant or lacinato kale. I do not see it, but they do have rainbow chard. So we'll just grab some, well, I'm actually sort of thinking out loud here. I think we'll go, they have another section of kale, and sometimes this will keep a little bit longer than getting the loose leaf stuff, although it's definitely I'm getting spinach. The loose leaf kale, you know, it tends to be more local and fresh at the time if you can eat it that day, but I'm just not sure exactly when I'm going to eat it. All right, so I'm looking for here, it is the baby kale. I like to put this in my smoothie, and especially if we don't have the ability to have smoothies for a while. All right, just continuing to look. I also know that I have some lettuce at home, so I'm not going to do that. Organic cherry tomatoes, like to have those. Those will keep, don't need to refrigerate those. And let's see, as we cruise down here, what we can get for the short term. All right. Okay, we're just passing other fruits there. Grapes are nice to have, and you know, those can last a day or two without refrigeration should you lose power. I like to buy the organic grapes, which I believe are right here. Yes, they are. But I also like to look at these because it seems like the quantities here keep getting less and less, and you just want to make sure there's no mold or anything already growing on them. Sometimes, you know, with organics you can find that. And then I always buy my berries organic. Let's see if they have those. I do actually, I'm not going to buy them because I just remembered I have a ton of frozen blueberries and other berries that I'll want to use up first. And so that's all I'm going to do. Normally I would not buy this little of a fresh fresh produce. I would buy a lot more, but we're going to head over to the can section, and I'm probably going to pick up some water along the way if I see it. We have a bathtub, so one of the things they tell you to do if you're going to lose power and if the water pressure is a little out of whack is to fill your tub with water just so you are able to flush the toilet, the things we don't think about. So they haven't sold out of water yet, so the panic buying, I guess you know, has not really begun, but we're going to load up with, well, not load up, just have a few gallons, because this is really the first storm of the season. People are not, don't have a stash already of water, so this is really the first opportunity that we have to deal with that. So we're going past all the mean, nasty, sweet things, sweet soda that I never, ever, ever buy. I think the last time I had a soda was when I was a kid. So I have always been focused crazily on fitness, and soda was never part of that equation. All right, now some people might want to pick up chips, but we have lots of popcorn that will probably, you know, if things get serious, we would pop that in advance. But mainly we're going to head over to the canned area because I really don't have a lot of canned stuff. Okay, canned tuna, we're going to pass that right by because I don't think they have canned mock tuna. but canned vegetables. Okay, so multitasking here, driving down the aisle. One of my comfort foods, we'll see if they have it, is hominy. We have plenty of marinara sauce, which we're going by, and potentially I could cook up some rice or whole grains to mix with the marinara sauce if I wanted to. Now, something I like to get just as a treat, we'll see if they have artichokes that are not marinated, that are just in water. You have to kind of search for that. Sometimes they have it, and sometimes they're out of it, or they don't carry it. And I'm just looking to see if we have artichokes that are just in water. And I don't know why they just soak them in oil, but sometimes you have to get the canned artichokes to see it where it's just in water. So, and non-GMO certified. So these are canned, and I'm just looking to see if, okay, 0 grams of fat, so that means it is water. So I'll pick up a can of those. $3 a can, that's a lot. So that's not really on the $4 a day budget. And like I said, I don't eat a lot of artichokes, don't buy them very often. But I'm just looking to see what might be different and what could be on your budget. So I'm looking in the corn section to see if they have hominy, and I might have to go to the ethnic section to see if they have that. All right, I like to buy organic, so we're going to get some sweet peas, and doing the store brand, which is often cheaper than the main brands, although they really don't give us a lot of options in the canned varieties other than the store brand. So I love green beans, can never eat too many green beans. And we are going to get several cans of those. I mean, I eat those even when we're not preparing for a storm, but they are in the very back part of the shelf. So we're gonna just reach back there. And again, looking for my beloved hominy. All right, we'll pick up some more canned corn. Is it non-GMO? I forgot to check. No. All right, so maybe we'll not do a whole lot with the corn, but peas are good. Still going more with organic peas. Sometimes they put a lot of salt. Let's see what the sodium is. I mean, you can't be crazy about all this and look at everything and all the different labels, but still going with some more green beans because I find them very, very satisfying, very filling, and they're also, of all the things that I have picked up in the canned department here, it is the lowest in calories. So let's see what else we can find. I would normally buy more green beans, but just for the purpose of getting through this video, we're gonna breeze by that. Okay, canned beans, of course. And let's see what we've got in organics. I know they carry, yes, here we go, the Greenwise, low sodium. Is it organic? Yes, so that is great. That's a double benefit of buying canned foods when they are organic, and they are also low in salt, because don't need to, your blood pressure is already going to be high enough with a storm coming in. You don't need to add to that. Oh, they do have hominy. Oh, make my day. So you didn't have to go to the ethnic section to get hominy. Just love hominy. Probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but this is definitely my comfort food, and it's pretty cool. All right, so I'm seeing some other things here. Plant-based organic noodles. This is interesting. So probably at $3.29 is not going to be on $4 a day, but if you wanted to hop over to the pasta, that's only $1.62 for the whole package, 13.5 cents per ounce. I'm hoping you're seeing that. Versus over here, it's 47 cents per ounce when you're buying these ready-to-eat packages, which are indeed very convenient. So I'll just do one because sometimes I like to surprise the household with new and different things. But let's go back over to the beans because I got so excited about the hominy. I didn't get a good look at all the different beans. I just got the organic, what did I get? I think it's just the organic black beans. So let's see if we can find, oh yes, there's more. There's organic garbanzo beans down here. And we can always make hummus by hand. Not my idea of a good time because I love my Vitamix, but these are really good things to pick up for a rainy day or a storm day or whatever. So we've got black beans, we've got kidney beans, and I think we are missing, maybe we didn't get the black beans. All right, we just got the kidney beans, that's right. All right, so we're going to get, now there are different ways they're putting beans in these packages here. I have bought these sometimes, but again, let's see what our sodium count is. 420 milligrams, that's a little high for my purposes. And I'm, of course, always reading the ingredients here, which is the black beans, water first ingredient, onions, peppers, cider vinegar, avocado oil. What's the fat content? 2 grams, and they're saying 2 servings, okay. And tomato paste, sea salt, and spices. So not too bad, but again, for our purposes of buying on $4 a day, we are going with the canned products because what? That is $1.29 per can. Let's see, the cans are a little mixed up here with the pricing, but it looks like, yeah, $1.29, that's 8 cents an ounce, so 4 ounces for a serving. That's 24 cents for a serving of canned black beans. Now, if you're cooking from scratch, of course, I've been tracking this for almost more than a decade, actually, and the price of beans just hasn't gone up all that much. So we're going to grab some more black beans. Of course, this is a very popular item because beans are very popular for storms. Now, I bought organic, but look at this. If you were just buying the Publix brand, it would be 5 cents an ounce. So incredibly cheap. All right, we're going to go back to the organic. It's quite the crowd here. We're going to go back to the organic black beans and pick up some more of those if I can find them. Okay, so that's the store. Those are the non-organic black beans right there. Of course, this is always fun to try and do this on the fly. All right, here we go. Down here, we just got the garbanzo beans, and they're kind of all over the place. So I guess we're gonna be, there's pinto beans on the bottom. Those are organic. Usually they put the black beans, the organic black beans in. There they are. Okay, they're hiding in the back here. That's because they're so popular. We're gonna get a total of 4 cans, and I'm putting these under my arm so I can hold the phone and continue to record. All right, so yes, there we go, looking right up the nose. Yes, this is how we multitask here. Okay, so it's getting to be a pretty full basket, but we're gonna keep going here. Another thing I like to do are the diced tomatoes, just in case you want to add something to a tomato sauce, or perhaps you don't have the stove and you just want to make something by hand, by smashing tomatoes. So I'm looking for organic. Again, I like to buy my tomatoes organic. I have followed the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen over the years, and there are certain fruits and vegetables that if you can buy them organic, it's really a good thing to do. All right, I'm continuing to look for organic brands of Muir Glen. Okay, so here we go, finally, at the very end. So fire roasted, no salt added. I'll get both of those just to have on hand. You can also, a tomato base like that is great if you can add water and then throw some vegetables in it, and you have yourself kind of a loosey-goosey soup. Now, there are larger cans up there. If you have a family, you can go for that. And again, only 11 cents an ounce. on these organic canned tomatoes. So incredibly cheap, and I tell people to look for that per ounce price because that is what allows you to compare apples to apples. Now we are going past all these different grains, and if we're going to buy, just because we're here, just let's do a little education here. If I can find some dry beans, yes, they're at the end of the aisle. All right, so these are prepackaged whole grains that are already cooked, and these are great. We have these around, and Publix generally has more of a variety. This is 32 cents an ounce for Seeds of Change. Love this company, although I think they were bought by some bigger company, who knows. But they used to come out with non-GMO seeds when I worked at a CSA, which is a community-supported agriculture farm. But so now, you know, they actually pre-cook these things, and you can see they have quite a bit of variety, but about 32 cents an ounce for these. Now, if you go to the Publix variety of these, you're seeing 20 cents an ounce. And again, that's what we're looking for. And then these are the foods you have to cook from scratch. And it's interesting that the per ounce price is rivaling what we're seeing in the pre-cooked packages. Usually that's not the case. But let's go to some of the items in bulk, and that's really where you're going to see the price come down. So here we're seeing 20 cents an ounce for some brown rice that you would cook from scratch. And if you go to these big packages of white rice, I love this, 7 cents an ounce right there for the Publix jasmine rice, 4 cents an ounce for the Mahatma. That's always been the cheapest that I have found on the market, although as I say it, Publix has extra long grain, white enriched rice for just almost 4 cents an ounce. So do I buy white rice? No. If I buy rice, which isn't often these days, I buy the brown rice because it's just higher in fiber and generally is better for you. But still, you know, looking at Publix whole grain rice, 6 cents an ounce, very cheap. All right, let's look at the beans, because we were looking at prices in the 20 to 40 cent range back there. And lentils, and this is the basis of my book. People ask me, well, have prices really changed since you wrote Eat Vegan on $4 a day? And they haven't. And this is Publix. If we were at Walmart, we'd probably be 2 cents an ounce cheaper. Here we're seeing 7.6 cents an ounce for lentils. And let's go down to the pinto beans, which for some reason are usually cheaper per ounce, although they're saying 8 cents an ounce there. So that's interesting that the pintos are just a tiny bit more expensive. All right, let's look at some of these other prices. Garbanzos are a bigger bean, so they're 12 cents an ounce. But let's come down to the bottom, because usually the bottom shelf is where you see the cheapest prices. And 10 cents an ounce for the navy beans. And I'm just looking to see if there are any other cheaper beans. Again, at Walmart, and I did check the prices recently, they were still a nickel an ounce. All right, looking up at the organic dry beans, again, a little more expensive, 16 cents, 19 cents an ounce, 12 cents for the green split peas. All of these you can make a great soup from. And I buy these pretty routinely. In fact, I'm going to pick up my lentil trio and I'll mix that with rice. A little more expensive, but again, when you're avoiding $1 million cardiac rehab stay from bypass surgery, it's nothing, right? All right, but these are all good hurricane foods. You might want to be cooking the grains and beans if you're going to do it from scratch in advance. All right, we're going to go down the condiment aisle, and there's really nothing here that I would personally shop for on a regular basis. One thing I do like, and it's probably because of the salt, is just black olives, and they actually have organic black olives, so I'll pick up a can of that. Again, we're talking comfort food for storms, not a big deal. All right, so we're going by the different condiments, and as I recall, I think we were out of ketchup. I don't really add ketchup, but sometimes my significant other likes these on his sandwiches, which we make with veggies and sprouted bread, which I will try and find. Usually I sometimes have to go to the health food store for that, but we'll see if they have any of it here. Again, this is just giving you an idea of what you can do for cheap, cheap, cheap. All right, my last stop is going to be the bread, if I can find it. We're good on spices and crackers. Oh yeah, we are out of, let's see, we're out of Mary's crackers, Mary's Gone crackers. I love that brand. It's mainly just seeds and maybe some rice and some of the varieties, but in stress we like the crunch factor. Popcorn usually does it for us, but sometimes I'll make hummus from scratch, and there's the Mary's brand, the Super Seed. Yeah, these are 94 cents an ounce. Okay, so a little more expensive than getting the grains and the nuts in their original state. But we're just going to see how much this is going to come up to. And some things which are not our staples, but we have for the long term, like apple juice, I know we're out of, so I'm probably going to get some of that. And I don't drink it, but again, my significant other does. So you're just along for the ride here. And some of these things I will charge up separately, just so we can see what the average hurricane bill might come to. Okay, you don't want to come out, do you? It's kind of stuck in there. This is an organic apple juice bottle, and I don't even see that there's enough room to, well, there we go. All right, we're tilting it. Hopefully I won't drop it and have an aisle clean up on aisle 4. But this is just, they pack them in here, don't they? The things we do for our partners, right? Okay, that is a heavy jug. And again, trying not to drop it and squish my food. And especially the greens. All right, we're putting this back toward the back of the shelf. All right, let's keep on rolling. You know, you could get applesauce. They do make unsweetened applesauce. And here's some more canned goods. In fact, I probably will get applesauce, just because if we lose refrigeration, this is something that keeps well. And sometimes they have organic varieties of this. We'll just kind of look and see. Yes, there we go. So there is the Greenwise unsweetened applesauce. I mean, like, why isn't everything that way? What is this? 16 cents per ounce. Not bad, not bad. All right, so we've got some of this for those who want a little sweetness in their lives. All right, so do you ever get these? Boy, they're high in salt. I do like them. And generally, I don't like these kinds of processed foods. 4 grams of fat. And what else do we have here? Oh, sodium, 150 milligrams. Not too bad. Okay, we'll get it just in case. We have plenty of plant-based milk, so no need to get that. And oh, marinated artichoke hearts. I was hoping we would still find the water varieties. There's the chips, but you know, all those chips are, well, not all, but like the red ones are dyed, probably with a kind of dye you really don't want to have in your body for the long term. All right, we're going to come up the cereal aisle, and I think we are well stocked in Cliff bars, Lara bars, all kinds of bars. And we just hit a roadblock. That's what that noise was, if you heard it. Okay, the junky cereal aisle. Gosh, I don't usually go down this aisle, but sometimes they put different snack bars, and I just wanted to show you some options, even though we're not buying them. Okay, I think it's time for checkout, and we'll put it on pause. The damage is done. It was about $60 for all of those canned goods that I showed you, and the total bill with everything else which included some of the rice, the pre-cooked rice packets, and some extras like the spicy tofu. That was like the most expensive thing, $6. And then the packaged greens, kale, $4, and grape tomatoes, $4. Again, all extras for hurricane supplies. And the rest, the total bill for everything that you saw me get was $93.98. Trust me, this will last more than a week, especially with what I have on hand at home. And that's it. So happy hurricane shopping and stay safe, everyone. It's just the beginning of the season. Gotta run. If you like this, be sure to like below and subscribe.